Hi, Tony Sweet here. We're going to critique an image from our workshop client and web designer, Steve Ellis. And we'll begin by looking at it as objectively as possible. What I like about it is the balance from edge to edge. Nothing is clipped. It's a nice rhythm. Patch of flowers that he picked. It's got a very nice shape to it. And the distance from both sides is equidistant. We're pretty close to it, so it's good balance in the picture space. But there are some issues with that can be fixed with software. The dark underside of the flowers is too dark. The background is a bit dark and there's too much detail. The upper part of the frame is too busy. This here is kind of looks like an old fence of some kind, and there's some vignetting and very just disorganized. But we'll crop that out when we get to that point. And a little fragment right here can be taken out. Everything else seems to be fine. Oh, and also these grasses are going to be removed. So let's begin. The pretty much the go-to software for about roughly 80% of what I do is Nix Viveza, and we'll use that here for the first several maneuvers. So we'll go to Filter in Photoshop, Nix Software, and Viveza 2. When that comes up, press the F as in Foxtrot key to give you a full frame look. Very uncluttered, very clean. So the first thing is to bring up the dark underside of the flowers. So we'll add a control point there. You can adjust the size of the circle, but this is fine right here. And we'll just make it a bit brighter. Okay, that's one. If you hold down Alt or Option, depending on whether you're a PC or Mac, and click on that control point, it immediately duplicates it, and then you just drag to where you want the next application to be. Right about here. And then we'll do one more for the next group of flowers. These are called Icelandic poppies, by the way. And then one more time in the very bottom. And here, since it's a very small portion, we'll bring the size of the circle down just a bit to isolate it, to avoid overlap of the circles. So the first move is here. You can go to the preview button up top here and click the check mark, turn it off and on. I find it much quicker to hold down the space bar and just click on the image before and after. Before, after. See it? Much quicker. So the next thing we're going to do is to lighten up the background, get rid of those harsh, especially in here, and remove the detail. It's pretty soft now, but I think we could take a little more out of that. Control point again on the dark area right here, and we'll just kind of brighten that up a little bit. There you go, somewhere in there. And then we'll hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag to the other side. And it's a bit hot, so we're going to go in here and just pull the brightness back a little bit to try to balance it out. Somewhere in here. Okay, and then this middle part's a bit bright for me, so we'll just again just copy probably the one over here. Click and drag to the center. And that's kind of hot, but again, it's very easy to turn this down. Pull it back a notch. Okay, now the one thing we forgot to do, which we'll do now, is to, there's a very cool move dealing with structure. You do it in Adobe Camera Raw by doing negative clarity. In Viveza, it's called structure. And you just turn that all the way down. Remove as much detail as possible on each control point. Structure all the way down. And structure here all the way down. Now we've got a very soft background, which separates that from the subject, gives you more of a sense of depth, that kind of thing. And that's it for Viveza right now. Let me try one more quick move right here. See if we can bring that up a little more. I can live with that. A little bigger circle might do it. And a little brighter. It's all very small moves, folks. Very small moves. So, that's fine for now. We're going to OK that. And as you can see over in the layers palette, we have Viveza off and on. So we're off to a pretty good start. You can also adjust the opacity. Again, it's off and it's all the way up. We'll keep it all the way up. And I tend to, my personal workflow is to flatten as I go along. I don't tend to save master files. Some people do. I like doing things different every time. It's just the way that I'm wired. So I will go in here and flatten these two layers. Now, there's a few more things to happen here. To get a sense of what it'll look like, I'll crop to where I planned on cropping it in the beginning. Get it down where I want to see all this stuff up top here just cropped out. Give you more of a letterbox format, so to speak. Yeah, somewhere in there. We'll OK that out. And then two more things remain. I'm going to grab the lasso tool and do a content aware. Content aware is tricky, but I think it'll work here because it's all green and it all blends together. So you go into, I believe it's Edit Fill, and this Use drop down can come up as anything. You just want to go in here and make sure it says content aware, and then OK it out. And then touch the image. That's fine. That's fine. It takes that stalk out. It's a little more, it looks better this way. The other move would be to come up here with the spot healing. Use your bracket tool, make it a bit larger, and just try to schmooze over this area right here. There we go. See? Get rid of that hole in there. So right now, that's pretty much it. This is how I handle the images in our critique service. Oh, you know what? I forgot one more thing. Again, with the same tool, a little smaller brush, and we'll just paint over these little stems right here, little grasses right here. And then at the completion of this, I think we will be done. There we go, much cleaner. A little larger brush on this one, but you want to avoid getting too close to the color because it'll tend to be a little, it'll grab the color and make it a little smudged. So you want to keep things as separated as possible when you do the spot healing. Pick a smaller brush, whatever. Anyway, there we are. That's our final shot. Let's have a look. That's our final shot. Let's compare to the first and explain what we did and why. We basically used Viveza to lighten up the underside. We used Viveza to brighten and take the detail out of the background. Went into Photoshop and used Content Aware to get rid of this stalk and these three grasses, and we wound up with that. So, this is on our website under the workshop section, Professional Personal Critique. And please look there, and if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.